welcome to Gracegate.
Woo, good morning, guys. We are so glad that you decided to join us on this thundery, rainy Saturday morning. Honestly, this is the best place to be, right?
My name is Harlow. I'm 12.
My name is Bree. I am not 12. And we just wanted to share with you guys this morning, since we're up here, why we love Gracegate so much, right? So for me, I just love that Gracegate is a place, it's a church that doesn't just do something, that doesn't just exist one day a week, but that every single day of the week, we are here, we are serving our community, we're loving people in practical ways, and we're just, creating an awesome sense of belonging. Why do you love Gracegate, Harlow?
I love Gracegate because it's like a home away from home.
Love it. Yeah, awesome. All right, so the reason, guys, that we have got Harlow on stage is because we are starting a new series today. And actually, I realised I forgot our next point. Take it away, Harlow. Before we talk about the new series, what do we want to remind people?
That what is next gen? Like, it's for all of our environments. We run for those ages 0 to 18.
That's right. So we are speaking about the next gen today. So that's the next generation. It's from when you're born to when you are officially an adult at 18. Actually, what is our series called?
Here for the next gen.
Here for the next gen. And it's because we want to be here for the next generation. So we're going to spend the next 3 weeks hearing from awesome young people like yourself, being inspired by you guys, but also learning what we older people can do to empower and support and just like lean into these leaders of the next generation. Now, what we want to do is we want to spend some time getting to know and getting to see what happens in some of our kids' environments here on a Saturday. Because if you're like me, I'm always in here with you guys and I don't ever get to see what happens in the kids' rooms. So what are we going to do today, Harlow?
We are going to be doing a live check-in. So we will be looking up at the screen while our lovely Kalia will be going around the Grace Kids rooms
That's
today.
right. So should we see if our tech is working? Kalia, can you hear us?
Hello, yes I can.
Oh, she can hear us. We can't see you. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Hello, amazing. Hi.
Hi.
So we're going to take you through some of the kids' environments today. Gonna show you kind of what goes on in these rooms that we don't see on a Saturday morning. So first up is our older kids, the 5 to 9 year olds. We're going to come in here and we're going to say a little hello. Hi guys, hello. Hi. Awesome. Hello. Can you introduce yourself and tell us what's going on here?
Yeah, so I'm Dakota. We're in the 5 to 8-year-old room, and we're just kind of playing a game of guess what's in the box at the moment.
Ooh, interesting. Are they doing pretty well so far? Can they guess them or?
Well, we've got some very short arms for a very wide-span box, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Great. Can you tell us what's going to happen with the program today? What are you guys getting up to?
So this month we are focusing on wisdom, and today we're really going to hone in on what is worldly wisdom versus what is biblical wisdom, which I think even as an adult I find hard to get that concept sometimes. So we're going to be teaching the kids about that, and then we've also got our arts and crafts table
Oh, yeah.
going on.
Oh, they look awesome.
Colouring and some Play-Doh.
Oh, very
Our
cool.
lovely leader Jazz has been doing cats and things this morning.
Oh,
Cats and dogs.
amazing. Oh, very cool. Love it.
And then we're going to do some worship soon and have some morning tea.
Amazing. Now, is there maybe 1 or 2 kids that we can ask a couple of questions?
Of course. We can go
Yeah.
get Olivia.
Amazing.
Oh, are we excited to hear from Olivia, guys? Yeah.
Come on over. Hello, do you want to take the mic? And can you tell me your name and how old you are?
I'm Olivia and I'm 8.
You're 8. Oh, amazing. And can you tell me what is your favorite part about Kids Church?
It makes me feel happy and it makes me think about God and pray.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, thank you for sharing that. And what is your favorite drawing? Have you done any drawing today? No, are you going to do some later maybe? Yeah. Do you know which one you're going to do? Oh, is it just the one? Yeah. And what's your favorite color that you like to use? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is purple.
Purple. Is it because it's the same as your jumper and your pants? Oh, amazing. I love it. Well, thank you for sharing with us today. we'll see you later. Have a great time, all right?
Okay, you too.
Oh,
Thanks.
awesome.
Bye.
Thank you, Olivia.
Awesome. Thank you, Dakota.
All right.
All right, we are now going to go to our next kids' room. So if you follow me, we're going to go to our toddlers' room. And if you don't know how to get there, we're going this way. We're going through the gym, and there are these double set of doors, and we're going to turn left in here. And we're going to walk past our baby's room and wave. We're going to come around here, past reception, and we're coming up the stairs. So we're going up, we're going up. I think I see some people already. Hello. Hi. Thank you. Let's come on in. Oh, hello, guys. Awesome. Okay, so this is our toddlers room, right? Ages 2 to 4. Yeah. Awesome. And can you introduce yourself and what's going on at the moment?
I'm Alia. This is our toddler's room. As you said, we have all our kids in here. We are currently colouring in a poster.
Oh, very
We're going
cool.
to put this up on our wall. It says,
Oh,
Jesus
amazing.
is my light.
Amazing.
They're having a lot of fun with that.
Awesome. Super cool. And can you tell us what you guys are getting up to during the program today?
Yes, so in a little bit we're going to start our worship, and then we're learning about the story of Joshua
Awesome.
and our Bible story. So
Very cool.
our activities are based around light and that story.
Amazing. Awesome. And do you mind giving us a bit of a room tour? Kind of let us know, hello, what all the different spaces are.
Right over. So if we come back here,
All right, let's go over here.
we have some chalkboards.
Ah, amazing.
Our kitchen with Millie over
Very
here
cool.
doing
Oh,
some
cool.
cooking, or I think washing a baby in the sink.
Oh, amazing.
That is
Very
how you
good.
wash babies.
Over this way, past our slide.
Whoa,
We
that is a pretty
have
cool slide.
Stickers and
Oh,
our little
amazing.
reading area.
Oh, reading
over
corner.
here.
Very cool.
Our little cubby house.
Oh,
over
awesome.
Here. Yeah, lots of fun stuff.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you for showing us around. Is there maybe one kid that would like to share something?
I'm not sure. Harper, would you like to come over here?
No, not today. That's all good. Can we get a wave at the camera though?
Wave at the
Can we wave at the camera, guys?
Okay, let's try. If we wave at them, will they wave at us?
Oh
Let's
yeah,
give-
if they
give a
wave
big
at us,
wave.
we'll wave at them.
We're all waving at you guys. Oh, thanks, Maxine.
Amazing.
Oh, awesome.
Well, thanks for showing us through. Thanks for letting us know what's going on. And we'll hand it back over to you, Bri and Harlow.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kalia, for showing us around. How cool is that? Isn't that so good to see, what the kids are getting up to in their rooms and hear, I guess, the intentionality that goes into their programs and, the joy and the love that our leaders are bringing to those kids. Harlow, you actually have been through all of our kids' rooms, right? So how old were you when you first started coming to Gracegate?
I was just a baby.
Just a baby. And do you have a favourite kids' room that you remember?
The 2s to 4s.
The 2 to 4s. It did look good in there. I think the slide really sold me. It looked like a fun time. All right, so now what we want to do is we're just going to take a moment here. We want to give a shout out because did you guys see the epic mural that was on the wall in the foyer when you walked in? Yeah, we also have another epic mural that's in our building next door, which is where our intermediates and high schoolers meet during the week as well as on a Saturday morning. Now, these murals, they don't just happen. That would be fun, but they don't. They actually were created and then painted by a bunch of volunteers, people that put up their hand, that came in during the week, that spent hours painting them for us. So can we just show our appreciation and give a round of applause? All right, so we have got a little game for you guys because we love games, right, Harlow?
Yes.
We do. Now, we want to test your guys' skills. We want to see who of you guys knows the cool lingo of the Generation Alpha/Gen Z. So we need everyone to stand up. Stand up, guys. Don't worry. You don't have to move any more than this. All right. So what's going to happen is Harlow is going to read a word that will be on the screen that is from her generation. And then I'm going to give us an option of what we think the word means or is associated with, okay? So let's practice with the first one, okay? What's our first word, Harlow?
Skibbity.
Skibbity. Now, if you think skibbity is associated with the word Riz, then you're going to put this hand up on this side, okay? If you think that skibbity is associated with the word toilet, you're going to put this hand up. Okay, hands up. What is skibbity associated with? Riz or toilet? Don't cheat by looking at the young people in the room. Okay. All right, everyone chosen your answer? Good. All right, Harlow, tell us, what is it?
Toilet.
Toilet. So if you chose Riz, sit down. Sorry. Okay, this is how we're playing this game. All right, now, Harlow, what is skibbity toilet?
It's just basically a head in a toilet.
It's a head in the toilet. I don't really want to know more information than that. Okay. All right. What's our next word on the screen? Our next Gen Alpha, Gen Z word.
Riz.
It is Riz. Okay, so now we get to find out what Riz actually means. If you think that Riz means something to do with grizzly, you're going to put this hand up. Or if you think that it is short for charisma, you're going to put this hand up. Okay, what have we got? Is everyone voted? Everyone's voted? Okay, if you put this hand, stay standing. Everyone else sit down. Okay. Oh, we got a few people out. Perfect. All right. What is the next one, Harlow?
Thumbs up.
Okay, so the next one is a thumbs up. Now, I only learned this like a week ago. But, okay, if you are texting a young person, so I'm messaging Harlow, and I give a thumbs up to something she says, is that a bad thing or is it a good thing? Put up your hand. Harlow? Everyone's voted. What's the answer?
Bad.
It's a bad thing, guys. Yeah. So, turns out, if you're messaging your kids, you're messaging that cool teenager that you want to come to Fuel, don't thumbs up them. They'll take offense. Okay. Why is thumbs up bad?
It basically just feels like you don't care.
Oh, okay. We've been warned. All right. What is our next word up on the screen, Harlow?
Eshe.
Eshe. Okay, so this one, if you think eshe means you're talking about someone who's good looking, then you put up this hand. If you think eshe means you're talking about someone who's a bit of a hood rat, you put up this hand. What do we think it is? All right. What's the answer?
Hood rat.
It's a hood rat. So don't, if someone's good looking, don't say eshe. I've led you astray. So good. Sit down if you chose good looking. If you chose hood rat, stay standing. All right, what is our last one, Harlow?
No cap.
No cap. Now, if you believe that no cap means that you are not wearing a hat, then put this hand up. If you think no cap means that you're telling the truth, put this hand up. Okay, everyone's voted. Perfect. And I feel like everyone is cheating off our teenagers in the front row. Okay. All right, what's the answer, Harlow?
Telling the truth.
It means you're telling the truth. Do you know why that is?
I have no clue.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Okay, great. Thank you guys for playing our game. We can see there's a sprinkling of you that are up with the kids. Great. Good job. All right, what your challenge is for this week is to use one of those words in conversation with a young person and then watch the look on their face. It's fun, all right? Okay, so before you get rid of Harlow and I, we've got some exciting things to tell you about that are coming up in the school holidays, right?
Yes. So if you have young people and you're thinking about the coming school holidays, we have Kids Conference.
Amazing. When is that?
The 1st of October to the 4th of October.
Very cool. And so Kids Conference is for which ages?
5 to 13.
Yeah, that's right. And so if you don't know what Kids Conference is, it's kind of like a day program or day holiday camp. Here at Gracegate in the building, the kids get to come and do a bunch of different awesome activities. There's singing and dancing. I know that's your personal favourites. There's also, I know there's a session that's literally called Snacks, where the kids get to make cool things out of food and then eat them. Sounds like a dream. All right, so it's going to be a great time. Make sure you register for that one. But there's more things coming up in the second week. What have we got?
Radiate Camp on the 9th to the 11th.
That's right. So that's where we have our intermediate aged kids going up to the farm, having an awesome camp. I know when I was younger, I still do. I loved anything camping, going away, staying away from home with my friends. It was the best time. All the best memories are made, so you definitely want to get your intermediate age guys there. And then what's the last thing that's on that week?
Fuel Big Day Out.
And what is that for? Or who is that for?
our teenagers.
The teenagers, that's right. So that is on the Thursday, in the second week of the holidays. These guys are going to be hanging out with their leaders and mentors, just doing a whole bunch of fun activities throughout that day. And if you're wondering, Bree, this sounds great, but how do I register? Well, you register by the QR code that's on the back of the seats. You can scan that. It takes you to Linktree, which literally has all the options of how you can get connected, how you can register for events, camps, kids conferences, all of that. So make sure you check that out. But what have we got coming up next, Harlow?
A video.
We do. So we have put together an awesome video, which is going to just share our heart for our young people and just, show off basically how cool they are. So take a look at the screen.
Get a look at our young people, the next generation, these hopes and dreams, these superstars, change makers and future leaders that represent us.
The youth of this incredible, bold, messy, complicated, beautiful community.
We are all rooting together for them.
Come on, you've got to love the energy and fun that our intermediates, our Radiate kids bring to each and every moment.
The wit and the wisdom that our high schoolers are learning to use.
And the leaders and mentors that journey alongside them on a weekly basis.
We've got thinkers and we've got creators.
Young people who are figuring out who they are and what they want to add to this world.
That pride and that joy, that's what gets us about these young people.
And that's what makes us believe in them.
We can't wait to see what the future holds. Gracegate, give it up for the next generation.
Will you stand with us and sing today?
I was lost with a broken heart. You picked me up, now I'm set apart. From the ash I was born again, forever safe in the Savior's hands. You are more than my words could
fun songs, right? I feel like I need to take a breath. I feel like we all need a breath. I'm going to give you a second. And I want to talk to you about our next song. But before I do, I'm going to tell a story, and it'll all make sense soon, I promise. That story was here. It was a Thursday night. Other people were here for worship practice. I wasn't. I was heading home. And something you should know about me is that I don't love the dark. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. I never watch horror movies. I'm just a little bit edgy when it comes to that kind of stuff. And so it's nighttime, finishing work, walking out the door, and I open it, and who's standing there but Dino? I don't know how many of you know Dino. He's one of the drummers here. And he just screams right in my face on purpose to scare me. And I howl this blood-curdling scream of fear because I was so prepared and ready for something to come at me from the darkness because I'm such a little scaredy cat. And we stood there forever and laughed about it, and I got embarrassed and red, probably like I'm doing right now. And that was that, and it was all fun and games. But how often do you find that when you're walking into the darkness, you're expecting something bad? We're never expecting good things, right? We're never going, wow, I wonder what cool things are out there waiting for me. We're going, how am I going to get hurt out there? What's waiting for me that I can't see? This next song we're about to do is called Shadow Step. And I was chatting to my friend Ivan here, and he was telling me that he did a deep dive into what the song means, which is awesome. And it's when they were writing it, they were thinking of standing in God's shadow, being close to Him, being protected by Him, being hidden by Him. And there's a line in this song that says, I'll chase your voice through the dark, and I'll expect the unexpected. I think we need to remember to expect the unexpected from God, even in the dark. And if you're a young person, because that's what it's all about today, right? If you're young, you have so much ahead of you. Take it from me. There is so many cool things coming your way. Learn to expect the unexpected from God. And if you're not quite as young, that's okay. I won't call you out. I'm with you. You still have so much ahead of you. There is so much waiting for you in the dark. God will give you the unexpected, but you have to trust Him with it, and you have to have faith in it. So please remember that while we sing this song. Light up the way of your heart. Move me like you do the mountains. Move me like you do the wind. And I'll chase your voice through the dark. Fix my eyes on the unexpected. In the wonder of your shadow step. So take another step.
out all you are. But when I think about the road you took for love, I know your grace will stay the path. Light up the way of your heart. Move me like you do the mountains. Move me like you do the wind. I'll chase your voice through the dark. Fix my eyes on the unexpected. In the wonder of your shadow stare. And I walk in the rain. Every way never felt like a I'll sing your praise. Fix my heart to yours. Ready for the unexpected. Ready for what you will do next. So take another step.
Please bow your heads. Father in heaven, we just want to give you the honor and the glory here this morning. Thank you, Father, for watching over us. And just bless your holy name. And Father, we just want to pray a special prayer this morning for the young people of the church. You know, the world, it wants to come in and it wants to influence our kids in a real negative way. Even myself this week with my young son, what the world's teaching our young people, it's just, there's a lot of lies out there, Lord. And so I just want to pray for your truth over our young people this morning. But not only truth, Lord, it's an unknown world and they're working things out and they're, what they want to do and, working out relationships with friends and, there's hormones going and it's all new, Lord. And we just pray, Lord, that, you will be with them, that you will guide them in this time where, there's so much uncertainty and insecurity. And we just want to pray also just your joy into their life, Lord. Just give them, don't let these young people lose that youthful joy. And just bless them, Lord, with your absolute love and your mercy and your grace. And just be with them always. And just, Lord, may they know that, as we were just singing, that they're not alone, and that He is in front of them, He's beside them, and He is always with them. Bless you, bless you. Thank you, Jesus. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Well, guys, we're doing something a little bit different today. We've managed to wrangle some of our kids leaders from their rooms. Don't worry, we've covered their positions, so there are still adults with your children. But we've got some special guests here today, and we thought we would have this chat with these guys just to hear a little bit more, I guess, some more details about what is going on in all of our kids' environments, in all the next-gen spaces, but more than that, to hear the heart of some of our leaders today. And these guys are just representing like a whole team of leaders, really. So let's get to know them a little bit. Guys, starting from this end, working along the couch, can you share your name, maybe your age, something about yourself, something fun? Let's go.
Hi guys, I'm Alex. It's nice to be in Big Church today and not up with the kids for once. Feels very odd, but it's good. I'm 22 and I always wear odd socks.
Oh, are you
You
wearing
can't
odd
tell us
socks
much
today?
today. They're both pink, but they're slightly different shades.
They're
of
different,
pink.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Nice. Hey, I'm Gemma. I'm 21. And something about me is I love the ocean and anything to do with the water.
Nice.
Hello, I'm Pam. I'm not going to say my age. But I love just the beach, nature, just anything to do with animals. Yeah.
Amazing. I thought one other fun question. If you guys had to choose which character you are from Friends, the TV show, tell us, which character are you?
This is hard, and I think I'd have to be two of them.
Okay, who are you going to be?
Monica. I think I'm definitely like the mum of the group, the organisational skills, and probably a bit of Phoebe as well. I do have a goofy, silly side.
Hey, that actually sounds good though for a kids leader, right? We like that. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. All right.
it
What about
works.
you guys?
I didn't know you could choose two. I just chose one.
Let's hear it.
But Monica also because she loves cooking and she's also very organizational type, which is good. Yeah.
Awesome.
I see that.
How about you, Pam?
I'm your crazy Phoebe.
Woohoo!
I just relate to her playful side. Just, I just think of her in the cafe singing her Smelly Cat song. Smelly cat. And I'm like that every Wednesday with the kids. I'm hopping on the ground like a frog or singing about a fat cat. So, I can relate to that.
So actually, while you mentioned Wednesday, can you
Yes.
actually paint us a picture of, I guess, what are the environments that you serve in? What does your role look like? Tell us more about what you do.
Okay. Well, you can find me on Saturdays in the babies' room, just opposite the reception desk. And that's for under twos. And then on Wednesdays, as I said, I'm out in the foyer at 10 o'clock doing under fives, mainly music. So we just do song and dance, and it's great fun. And morning tea, we love it. And then, I'm also just, other than that, alongside that, I'm out and about on the roads. Just, it's wonderful for the mums to know that if they need meals or they need a helping hand, I'm basically extra hands with a fresh mind on wheels. So, anything they need, whether it's, help hanging curtains or washing the dog or help, just with chopping vegetables or just minding their child while they get out to the doctor or, just go and have some time to themselves. A lot of mums just need some company as well during those early days. And there's also a lot of mums who are just overwhelmed, 4 kids and just solo or just overwhelmed. There's different seasons and,
Wow, thank you. That sounds pretty awesome, right, guys? Yeah, I'm sure all the mums in the room are like, where were you when I had my kids? Yeah, so incredible that we can do that. All right, how about you, Gemma or Alex?
Yeah, I don't hang out with all the little ones, although mainly music does look like a lot of fun. I also hang out with the high schoolers and the teens and the intermediates. So I lead our fuel and radiate environments, and when I'm not doing that, I'm usually behind the scenes doing some planning or some mentoring, some cool hangouts with all the young people. Yeah. And then also holidays. That's also a lot of stuff I get up to there. Camps, holiday programs, big day out, all of that fun stuff you saw on the welcome.
Amazing. And Gemma does a great job leading those environments. She really does. I can definitely say I've served alongside you, Gemma, and you're a lot of fun to serve with, but she's also an incredibly hard worker. So we appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, Alex, how about you?
I also serve in a lot of the youth spaces and radiate and fuel, and I can vouch for that. Gemma's awesome. I also help out with camps and holiday programs and the holidays, which is super fun. And I also do some mentoring on the side and some admin and random stuff here and there. It's good fun.
Oh, it is awesome. And I've seen Alex doing her mentoring here during the week, and she just goes above and beyond planning incredible activities to do with the kids that she mentors one-on-one. And I see some beautiful connections you make, Alex. It is awesome. More than that, can you guys share a bit more about your why? Why do you give up so much of your time to invest in this next generation? Why?
I can kick us off. For me, growing up, I had such a cool youth space, and my youth leader was absolutely amazing. And it was just a place where we could come and be ourselves. And I think for me, being able to journey with this next generation of young people and see them grow and see them develop, it just fills me with so much joy and hope. It's so cool. And just seeing those little wins along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same as Jem. You know, I didn't grow up in church, but thank God my mum's hairdresser invited us along to church one day when I was 16. And I so wish I'd joined a youth group earlier, because it was, it was just eye-opening. I met a boyfriend at that youth group, and he gave me my first Bible and opened my eyes to God. And and I wouldn't be here, I don't think, today if that hairdresser hadn't invited my mum, you know, to bring my sister and I along to youth group with her son. And it's just life. It can be really life-changing. And I'm so grateful it was 16 as well, because that's an age where my life could have easily just taken a really different turn.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I love that, because it's actually the complete opposite for me. I didn't grow up in youth group, and I didn't really have many people around me to like support or lead me. So that's actually my why, which is so cool, because you can have both sides. So I think just having the opportunity to be able to give back to that and actually invest in these young people and see God working in their lives is such a huge blessing for me, because I know that I didn't have that growing up. And so it's like we give out and then God also blesses us in return. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that. And I think it's so true, right? Like, whether it's something that we experienced ourselves or we saw a lack of in our lives, like, we know that these years, right, especially those intermediate teenage years, like, that's where faith is really formed, and that's where life can, who knows, go whichever way. It's such a shaping part of growing up. And so, investing in those years is so crucial. What do you guys see as, I guess, speaking into that, with the different ages that each of you lead, what are some of like the tensions, or what are some of the obstacles that you are seeing young people face today, or young parents face today, or families? Where are we seeing that?
If I had to sum it up in one word, I think it would be identity, especially in like the teens and the intermediate. So kind of that, 13 through to 16-year-olds especially. There's so much going on in their world. Like, I don't think we actually realise how much these kids have to go through at such a young age. And often it's super overwhelming, and they're trying to navigate who they are. Every second person is asking them, what do you want to do after school? And all of these things. And they're still trying to figure out who they are and who they want to be. And I think that's why it's so important to have good influences around you and have a place like Gracegate or Fuel and Radiate where they can really grow in a cool environment.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's a huge thing that we see. And I think another thing that adds to that is also the busyness of everything these days. You know, I feel like everyone's always such a rush to do everything that these important questions like identity and who you are can get looked behind. And so you don't focus on them as much. But
I think the little ones, I remember my first week when I started at Gracegate 5 years ago. My first day, I had a little one screaming, "I hate you!" and "I'm going to call the police." And it broke my heart, because it was kind of like a little bit of a glimpse into life at home for that little one. And I had a 4-year-old as well at that stage, so it was just really super broke my heart. And I just remember just saying, "Do you need a hug?" Because it was the first thing that came. And it worked. He just clung on, and that was a changer for me, because I thought, you know what? Initially, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm in the wrong job," and then after that, I just knew, no, you're exactly where you need to be, Pam. Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah. I know. For me, I've done a lot through our Salt Holiday program over the years, and it was 8, almost 9 years ago, our first one. And I remember the very first one we did, we had a young girl come, and her nana actually said to me at check-in, she's like, "My granddaughter, like, she's been kicked out of every single holiday program she's ever been in. Like, she won't last the day. I'll wait for your call." And I'm not going to lie, it was hard work at times, but we made it through the day. We made it through the week. She got to perform at the showcase at the end, and I think we just made the biggest fuss of her. Like, we celebrated all of the things that she did right more than we growled her for all the things that were not quite okay. And her nana was just in tears at the end of that week, because she was like, no one's ever just persisted and believed in my granddaughter before, and it made their week, and it meant the world to them. And I know across all of our environments, like that's a common story, right? Like, we see that and hear that a lot. And so we've shared what are some of these obstacles or challenges we see kids are facing. What are some of the things that we're doing? Like, what are the practical things we are doing to step into those hard spaces?
I think personally, mentoring is such a cool opportunity, especially when it comes to big questions around identity and figuring out where these kids belong in this world. I think that's such a cool place to be able to get alongside these young people and journey with them, and just even creating an environment where, like, Fuel and Radiate and church in general, where they can come and be themselves and be able to ask these big questions and not feel judged for it. I think that's the biggest win for me in this place.
I think it's also in my age group, just encouraging the parents as well. Before I tell you this, just please know we do a very thorough process before we let anyone in our kids' rooms. But we had a dad who was doing some supervised time in our room with his little one. It was his only time to get to see his little one, and he would have gotten some interesting looks, because he had some very interesting words tattooed across his forehead, and but the kids, oh my goodness, they were just gravitating, beelining for him, crawling to him, and I just said, wow, they really love you, and I think that was a huge touching time for him, because it just made him realize, wow, I am loved, and and I am a good dad, I am good with kids, and I think that's what a lot of you dads need to hear, is that your little ones love it. And there's not enough guys in the kids environment here. If you're passionate about kids, please get involved, because we're all girls here, and I have a son, and he needs a role model, so a good Christian role model, someone who, they love the guys. So be encouraged, dads. Get down onto your kids' levels. Yeah.
I think that's echoes just so beautifully. Like, we always say from stage every week here at Gracegate, there's no perfect people allowed, and you don't have to believe to belong. And it's the same in every single one of our kids' environments. For the kids that come every week, for the families that bring kids, no perfect people allowed. And like Gemma said, it's a no judgment zone, and we just want to be there to journey alongside each and every family. Life is tough, and it's better together. What would you guys share, I guess, as encouragement for all of us? What are some ways that we can support, that we can get behind our next gen, our kids' environments?
I usually always say, like, one smile goes a real long way. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but a total stranger will just smile at you, and it'll brighten your whole day, even though you don't know them. And I think it's just in the little things that we can do, especially for our young people, that make the hugest difference, whether that be a smile or asking them how they really are, not just like a, hey, hello, how are you, bye, but actually, how are you? That's significant, and that's real important. That's what I would say.
That's so cool. Even just like at church on Saturday mornings, we've got lots of young people out here. Just make that intentional effort to go up and say hi, introduce yourself. And they're not just following someone around the whole morning. Go be their friend.
Yeah. My son loves coming to the youth group now that he's 9. And I think, just kids just, they just want to be included and part of it. And I think if they can find that here, then they're not going to go elsewhere looking for it. It's all here, and they just need role models and people to look up to and buddies.
Yeah, I love that. And I know, especially probably for what you do as well, Pam, there's some practical ways that if we wanted to really support, like you're often going to parents' houses and taking meals or helping even cleaning, like you said. So yeah, like if you want to help prep meals, if you've got extra food from your food shop one week, like there's always a need, hey?
Yeah, definitely.
Can I add something as well? Praying for our young people and their leaders, guys. Please, we appreciate it big time. These guys need wisdom. We need wisdom. We need strength to serve and do what we do. So that always goes a long way.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know another way as well is, like Gemma was mentioning and Alex before, we have awesome camps that run pretty much every holidays, at least for one of our age groups. But if someone wanted to support a camp, how could they do that?
Yeah, like there's so many kids who would love to come along, but maybe things are a bit tight at home financially. So there's always like sponsorship opportunities could come along and put something towards the kids. Yeah, just make it possible for someone to come. That would be really cool. You can come find me after, or even Megan at the Next Steps desk. I'm sure she can point you in the right direction as well.
Yeah, and I think also the parents just coming along to all the block parties that we have and just getting in the mix with the kids. There's so many things you can do as a family. If you get excited about it, then the kids will get excited about it too. And just take part any way you can. Come to these shows. Just really celebrate this time with them.
I love that. I remember something I was told once when I was actually young myself, but I was starting being like a little youth leader. And my mentor actually said to me, the biggest thing for a young person is that you show up. Like you show up for them. And you show up consistently, but also you show up spontaneously. So whether it's your own child or maybe someone you're invested in, or even for our young people here, like Pam said, like you showing up to the block party, you showing up to a Salt Showcase to support them, even if you've not met them before, those things go a long way. And I know, our young people appreciate it. Our leaders appreciate it. All right, last question for you guys. Can you share what are some of your hopes? What are some of your dreams for your environments or for the next gen here at Gracegate specifically?
I would say that they know who they are in God. That would probably be the biggest one for me. Like Gemma shared about identity before, it's such a huge thing that even adults struggle with as well as kids. It's a universal thing. So that they would know that this place is theirs to call home and that they would actually know who they are in God.
That's so cool. Yeah, I 100% agree. Just that belonging, and something we've started in like our little fuel leaders team. We started sharing this word starfish, and pretty much it was just our way of reminding each other to get out there, to engage with the kids and making everyone feel like seen, heard and valued. And I think that's the biggest thing, is every young person knows that someone cares for them, that they're seen, they're heard and they're valued. Goes the biggest way. Yeah.
Definitely belonging, and also just being prepared for the big wide world. That we could prepare them, just to be passionate about the Word and God, and know that they're here for a purpose, that they actually have hope for the future.
Yeah, I love that. Well, guys, we want to thank you so much for joining us today. Like I shared before, these are some of our incredible leaders, and they're part of a wider team as well. But we honestly so value the heart you guys have for our young people, and I'm sure all of our parents, caregivers, grandparents sitting out here today as well are so grateful for you and how you invest in the lives of our kids and our youth here at Gracegate. We really do believe that. They're the leaders. Like, they're already the leaders, right, of tomorrow. They're going to do great things, and we're so glad that you guys are there walking alongside them. So can we give these guys a big round of applause? Thank you, guys.
Tony. I am 17 and I go to Total College.
My name is Samuel. I'm 18 and I go to Westlake Boys High School.
I met Samuel when I was around 5 or 6. Ever since primary school, I just met him at the very start of the years, and I think we just got a good relationship straight away. Now I've been friends with him my whole life pretty much.
Yeah. I remember that I'm always at his house playing on his iPad. That's all I remember. That's all I remember.
We always played games together on the computer. We built a better relationship from that.
We've been at Radiate for 1 year and we went to Fuel for the past 5 years. Fuel is welcome for anyone that wants to have a good time and just chill and relax and talk about your week with people that are around your age. That's from year 9 to year 13, so 13 to 18-year-olds.
I come for just the relationships here because it's really chill, and I can just with all the lighting and the people, it's feels like a good environment. Not only am I improving my faith, but I'm also building more interactions with more people, and it's been great.
I always look forward to coming to Fuel because there's always a lot of people coming to Fuel. Same people, the vibes are always impeccable. People here are always amazing. The food's sometimes good. But most of all, I get to learn a lot about Jesus and about just anything. My favorite thing that I've learned at Fuel from Fuel is that you won't know how something's like unless you try it. Every week at Fuel, we get to do highs and lows to talk about how our week went, and I think it's really good because you get to talk to other people about how your week went. If it didn't go that well, you don't just hide it to yourself kind of thing.
I think I wouldn't have built my faith and all the relationships I have here now, because before I think I kind of just stopped going to church because I don't know, I've become it's less interest. But when I can do what I like talking to people as well, while also improving my faith, I think it's actually helped me even more to build my relationship with Jesus. It's kind of a stress relief because after you have school, you're doing all your work and stuff, and then you can just come to Fuel, just relax, talk to whoever you like, and then just hang out. It's a great time. Yeah. Yeah, just hanging out and going to the camps, walking on the beaches and stuff, and doing all the activities. We had to make a little boat, and then we had to push as a whole team from one side to the other side of the beach.
So we were tenting, and he leaned on the tent, and the water was going under the waterproof cover into the tent, and then by the time the entire place flooded with water, he just left to another tent to go sleep while we had to worry about that. That was at a field camp, yeah. That was a lot of fun. No matter what you've gone through the week, these people at Fuel will always be here to talk to, and the vibes are always amazing. The leaders have always been very helpful whenever you don't feel the best, or they also teach you a lot of things as well. And they always try to guide you the right way. Start of this year, Walter wanted to come catch up with me, so we went out to Burgerfield at one point after school on a Wednesday, and I happened to want to have a cup of coffee, and we happened to stumble upon a cafe in Glenfield, and that was where I met a person called Indy, and he introduced to me a job as a barista, and I was like, I'm actually learning that right now, and kind of got me started to where I am, where I love coffee and I want to be a barista now. Just without Walter being there, I don't think I could have ever made that network and connection. Honestly, I think it's God was there.
Yeah, I think the leaders are very encouraging, and they welcome you to the space. If you're by yourself, they'll come talk to you, talk how your week has gone and stuff, and yeah, they've even like got us to help with the Radiate kids, and it's been quite fun helping them out as well. It's like building more connections with even more.
What did we write down? We wrote something down, I remember.
Like as a leader from Phil.
Oh
it's like,
yeah, I remember. We're following through because we went from Radiate to Feel, and we've seen how it is for experiencing being a Radiate and Feel member.
Since we're like the oldest ones at Phil, like we've also been like making like good friends with the younger ones, like the year 9 and 10s. Like it's quite easy like picking up the topics we can talk about and stuff, and then yeah, just go from there.
I encourage younger people to go to Feel or Gracegate because they can further extend their faith with the Lord, as well as build stronger relationships with people.
It's not only be good for my spirituality, but like my mental, because like maybe whatever you're going through right now, but like once you come here, it's like very chill. You can just talk, and maybe just like it'll just get a lot better just talking to others and just talking like about your issues or whatever you have. I think they can like build their faith, the Radiators, and like have a better relationship with God, and once they get older, I hope they can come to Phil and then like just do what we have done, and then build more relationships with God and other people here.
I hope that the Radiate kids will experience fun enjoyment just like we did, as well as learn how to go through life and work through the hardships.
I've known Sam and Tony since they came to Gracegate, and they are honestly just so much fun. And thanks so much, guys, for sharing. I want to close off today, and so I'm just going to be another 10 minutes. Are we all good? If you stay seated for the rest of the program, we've got lunch prepared for you for free, all right? But if you leave, you're not going to get any. So, but I just want to kind of close off this whole theme that we've been speaking about today, and I want to share a story with you. It's about this boy who didn't have the best start to life, probably one of the most difficult starts. He lost his dad before he was even born, and then he was born prematurely. And this was about 300 years ago in a small village in England. And when he was born prematurely back then, it was really hard, not as it is today. He was weak and he was sick for a number of years. But the problem with this situation was also that his mum was now a widow. She was only 19 years old at the time, and she was struggling to take care of him. But then there was this priest who actually came from another village. He was close to, I think it was 70 years old, and he said to this little boy's mother that I want to marry you, and I want to take you back to my village. And she was 22 at that age, and eventually she decided, hey, that's a good idea, but there was a condition. And the condition was that this young boy was not able to come with the mother. And so she found herself in this difficult place, and eventually she made this decision that she was actually going to go with this priest and marry him, and she was going to give up her son to her parents to take care of him. And we can just think how difficult that situation would have been for this mum to give up her son. And I don't know, 3-year-olds don't know much, but I think they know the feeling of rejection and being abandoned. And so slowly but surely, this boy's life, he grew up with those feelings. And later on in life, he would actually write about it, that as a young boy, he would go and he would sit on the top of the hill, and he'd look out at this village where the priest was and where his mum was, and he would just have so much hate. He would have so much hate for his mum who abandoned him. He would have so much hate for the priest who came and took away his mum, and then he'd have so much hate for God, who the priest was, following. And he had this throughout his school days. He would grow up and he would attend school, and he was one of the difficult kids at school. Teachers found him really hard to teach. He was angry. He bullied all the other kids. And the things that they used to say about him is that he was lazy, he never wanted to learn, and he was good for nothing. And so this is the scenario of this young person growing up until one day, a guy turns up in this village. He becomes the new teacher of this school. And when he meets this young boy, he sees him, and he sees him in a whole different perspective, as no one else has ever seen him. This guy's name was John Houston, and he looked at this boy with a lot of, potential. He saw him that actually, hey, this guy has potential. And he was a Christian. John Houston was a Christian. And he believed, hey, he's going to invest all his resources and as much time as he can into this young boy. And slowly but surely, this boy who was always angry, who was lazy, who didn't want to learn, who was good for nothing, started to actually embrace studies and learning. And slowly but surely, the teacher noticed something exceptional about this boy, and that is that he was actually really intelligent, that he was great at maths and science. And here's a little picture of the boy. And what started to happen is this boy, as this teacher continued to invest in him over and over again, as he prayed for him, as he spent more time, as he believed in this boy actually started to reach his potential. This boy then would become known, and he'd be the talk amongst the whole school. The teacher invested so much in his life that he said, this guy has to go to university. And so John Houston would spend some of his own money to actually send this young boy to university. At university, he was so well known that he was the talk around the whole university because he was such an intellect. The time university was finished, the whole town knew him, and the whole world knows him. You and I know him. It was this guy. If we go to the next slide. Do you know him? Sir Isaac Newton. Heard about him before? Isn't that a crazy story? That at one hand, he was this lazy, didn't want to learn, and good for nothing. And then on another end, he was this incredibly intelligent human being. Later on at his memorial in Westminster Abbey, this is a picture of it. And this is what it says on it. It says this: "Here lies Sir Isaac Newton, a man with an intellect close to the what? The divine." Like this is how people then described him. And underneath it says this. It says, "Mortals rejoice that such an ornamental humanity existed." Is that incredible language? That they would describe this boy who had so much hate and anger and bullied everyone, and he would turn out to be the significant human being who would make such an incredible difference in our world. And so the question I want to ask us today is, so what was the defining factor, right? What's the difference between who he was on one side and who he was on the other side? And we all know it was what? The spiritual mentor and father who kind of rose up and realized his calling in life and said, hey, this is a young person with potential. I need to invest in this person. And they did. And he grew and he blossomed and he flourished. Isn't that an incredible story? I saw this quote that is on this movie that's out now or coming out, and it says this. It says, whoever wants the next generation the most, listen carefully, check this, will get them. Will get them. How badly do we as a church want the next generation? Because culture is doing whatever they can to grab the next generation. Stuart Hall, a youth pastor and someone who invests in young people and creates some of the curriculum that we teach all our environments here, he says this about this current generation. He says the next two generations are anxiety-ridden digital natives growing up in a postmodern, post-Christian, pluralistic, sexually fluid, multiracial, porn-saturated culture. Let me ask you guys this. Do you believe that the young people are growing up in a really complicated culture? Nothing like we have ever grown up in. I mean, with Gemma shared earlier on here, like we don't even understand the challenges that they have to navigate through. We didn't have it as hard. And this is the culture that they're growing up in. And so we as a church are saying, hey, we are here for the next generation. And we don't just want to say it, we want to live it out. We want to do whatever we possibly can to make sure that the next generation knows that we are here for them. And the best way to answer this challenge, this complex challenge that young people find themselves in, is we believe that Jesus is actually the answer. Some of the values and the way he lived his life gives so much wisdom and direction for young people. John would communicate Jesus like this when he arrived on earth. He says that the Word became flesh and blood, and he moved into the neighborhood. Like Jesus became flesh and blood, and he moved down into this neighborhood. In other words, what I'm saying is, this is kind of a challenge for us that we need to get in proximity with young people. We need to be there for them. This is what Jesus did. And Jesus then, what he did is he didn't just move into the neighborhood, but then he actually says to them, hey, I want you guys to follow me. He calls the 12 young people, and he says, hey, I want to make you guys disciples. I want you to follow me. I'm going to empower you, and I want you to actually become fishers of men. And they do. Uneducated young people start following Jesus. You see, here's a thought that I think all of us need, and that is that we all need someone who believes in us, right? This is Jesus' whole thing, is that God believes in us. Jesus believes in us, and if we're going to be Jesus followers, then we need to believe in the next generation. Like really, not just saying it, like living it out. The psalmist says this verse, he says, now that I'm old and gray, do not abandon me, O God. This is the psalmist's prayer when he's old and gray. And he goes on and he says, why? Let me proclaim your power to this new generation, your mighty miracles to all who come after me. I love it that this old person, kind of when he's already gray, he's still praying a prayer and he's saying, God, help me to invest in the next generation. Help me to show them the power of your mighty works. That is our prayer, that all of us as a church community will rise up and be that voice, that will be our prayer, that we can pray these prayers and say, hey, God, we want to make a difference in our young people's lives. The question that I've heard asked so many times is this. It's what's the faith of the next generation worth? What's the faith of the next generation worth? And I truly believe this answer. And the answer is it's worth everything. Everything. I mean, if we don't have a next generation yet at Gracegate, well, we're going to close the doors here, right? Going to say, hey, that's a wrap. It was a good innings. And you know what the sad thing is? I've seen that happen before at so many churches. I mean, you can drive around Auckland just on the shore and you can see churches that have closed down because there was no next generation. And so this is so important for us as a community. We want to do things different. We want to make sure that we are paving the way forward for our young people to find faith, and we will do whatever it takes, short of sin, to support them. And so here's just quickly a few action steps that I want to encourage us with. How can we do that? Some of the leaders, they shared some of these things already, but number one is I want to say we just need to be present. We need to be present. We need to be there for our young people. And one of the things I was thinking is they don't need us to lecture them, all right? Because they got ChatGPT. They can find out anything in an instant. Right now, if I'm saying something wrong, they're checking it out online. They don't need us to lecture them. They just need us to listen to them, to be present, to be a voice, to advocate for them. Be present. That's so simple for us to show up. Bree just spoke about it. Number 2 is we want to encourage and empower them. And I think about this often, because I know what happens is young people make mistakes, right? Young people do. Guess what? Just like all of us. And we have made mistakes so often. And so the best way we can encourage young people is when they make mistakes, we need to say, it's okay, your mistakes don't define you. Hey, let me show you what faith looks like. We want to encourage our young people. We want to see their abilities, just like John Huston saw the abilities of Sir Isaac Newton. We want to see their abilities and we want to invest. We want to try and do whatever we can so that they can reach their full potential. Be present, encourage, and empower. We want them to lead. Number 3 is we want to create safe spaces. And that is something that is honestly at the heart of Gracegate is, we go over the top about communicating probably every Saturday about our youth spaces. Why? Because we believe it's so important for young people to be in there. I don't know how often we hear from parents who say, man, we're just finding it so hard to make a difference in our kids' lives. We don't know what to do. They're just such a challenge. And we're like, well, why aren't they attending our youth groups? Because the thing is, the parents' voice isn't the loudest, especially when they get in their teenage years. But some of the incredible mentors and leaders who are in our youth spaces, guess what? They're an incredible voice for those young people, guiding them, teaching them about Jesus, helping them to make decisions and finding their true identity. And so that's something we want to create safe spaces. All of us can be a part of that. We can create safe spaces for our young people where they don't need to be judged for how they dress or what they do, but they can find a safe space where they are always welcome. Point number 4, invest resources. And this, I think, is really important. Like, as a church and as individuals, I think it's so important that we don't give our young people just the leftovers. We want to give them like the buffet, right? We want to give them everything we possibly can because we know it matters. If we do that, guess what? It's going to benefit all of us if we invest in the next generation. And so some of the best ways you can do that is with definitely your time. I mean, that is a definite yes. As a parent, it's basically just bringing them here, getting them to some of our environments, getting them involved, bringing them on a Saturday, and definitely also just your resources, your money, the way you can invest your money to actually make a significant difference in some of the young people that come through these doors is so important for us. Number 5, 2 more, and then we're done. Well, we're done. Advocate for them. Pretty much we need to be their biggest cheerleaders, all of us, no matter how messy that is, because I know it's messy. I know some of the young people that are coming through these doors and the mentors that are advocating for them, it gets so messy. But guess what? That's how they know we're there for them. We're there for them through the messiness, and we're going to stay there. So many have abandoned them, but hey, we're going to stay there no matter what. We need to advocate for them. And then point 6, probably the most important for all of us, is to role model. To role model. It was so fascinating for me this morning. We had a young person lead our whole team meeting and share a bit of an inspiration for us. Here's London. How old is London? Anyone know? 12? 14? Okay. He was sharing, and guess what he said to us? He said, I didn't know this, but the other day I discovered that there are so many young people who are following me and looking up to me. He's 14 years old. He said they look at him, and he's like Gracegate famous now because all these young people are looking up to him. Guess what? just look over your shoulder, each and every one of you, because every single young person is looking up to you. You're a role model. Not only when you turn up at church, in your homes, when you leave, you're a role model. And to be honest, the place probably where a lot of young people lose their faith the most is when they look at the role models. They look at church people, they look at people who proclaim that they are following Jesus, but then they're not living it out. And I think this is the biggest difference maker that we can make for our young people, is to role model, is to actually be the people who Jesus wants us to be. It will make the biggest difference. And I think young people in the next gen is all about authenticity. They know we can get it wrong. We don't have to hide it. We can just be authentic and real about it and show them what grace looks like. So those are 6 things, very easy to do. Can we be up for the next gen? Over the next 2 weeks, we're going to keep going on this whole theme. And I'm going to encourage you just to be a part of it. If you're a parent, get your kids in environments. If you're not a parent, just support young people. What is the faith of the next generation worth? It's worth everything. You have a part to play. Each one of us have a part to play. Let's pray to close. God, today, we are so grateful that we have so many young people coming in and through the different environments here at Gracegate. I thank you for every young person. I thank you for their stories. Some of their stories are so difficult and complicated, God, but some of them are finding their true identity in who you say they are, and they're living the best life. Thank you so much for every parent who shows up, who gives of their time, who drives late at night to get them to different events and programs here at Gracegate so that they can grow and discover a faith of their own. Thank you for this supportive community, this non-judgmental community that says, hey, you're welcome here, you're welcome here, you're welcome here, to every single young person. God, can you just equip us and help us to be the best role models? The best way we can do that is just by saying, hey, God, come and live in our life. Come and help us on a daily basis to really reflect the true character of who Jesus is. We really want to set the next generation up to win, God, and so use us. This is our prayer today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today, you've probably seen a whole bunch of us wearing these hoodies. Aren't they cool? Yeah. I feel a lot younger wearing this. But basically, it just says, yeah, and it just says, for the next gen, all right? And basically, what this is we're actually selling these, and this is just a way, in 2 ways. One way, if we're wearing this, it means for every young person, we're here for you. We're here to support you in whatever way. And the other way is all 100% profit of all these hoodies that are sold is just going into our next gen environments. So I want to encourage you, there's some hats, there's some hoodies. Get involved, show the young people that we're supporting them. It matters. And then lastly today, we're having lunch just as a token of a celebration for tomorrow. It's free. Tomorrow's a big day because it is Father's Day. And we just want to reach out and say Happy Father's Day to every guy who is a father, as well as to every male role model in our community. You may not be a father, but you're a role model. And guess what? Research is out there. Fathers and male role models impacting the next generation. It makes a huge difference. So can we just give a hand to all the dads and all the male role models in our community? We're shouting you for a sausage sizzle, so stick around, let's chat, and have a great weekend, everyone.